Kendall Hinton, the wide receiver from the practice squad for the Broncos, honestly, I don't know how to feel about this. I'll go first. I feel the Broncos definitely should have had an emergency quarterback that was never in the same room as the rest of the quarterbacks. I found that to be crazy. And then the fact that a lot of the people thought the game should have been moved. That's the problem with this, is that I don't think everybody was fully informed in terms of the public. So the public thought, the Ravens game got moved so Lamar could play. Where in reality, they had almost half of their team catch the virus, not even like close contacts. The Broncos just had Jeff Driscoll get the virus. That's not an outbreak, so that's why that game wasn't moved. Now, back to Kendall Hinton, given the circumstances, he had to play the best team in the NFC in the cold, high altitude. I mean, I'm surprised he got one. Yeah. And it was a good, over to Big Butt Noah Fant, who we've been talking about all year. I thought Hinton, I'm surprised he got one. Did you see the size of the kid?
Yeah.
It legitimately looked like a high school kid playing against Cameron Jordan.
I think I've told you about my friend AJ Rodino, who is recruited to play quarterback at Lake Forest, and then he gets there and there's like 5 kids that all end up at Lake Forest to be quarterbacks. They didn't know everyone was going to show up, so they ended up putting him in the slant. And he was short for a quarterback, but as a slant receiver, he just looked different. Now, he was a beast. The kid was always a beast,
shout out
on his level. But it's funny watching people that's not where you belong. That's not where you should be.
I felt bad for him.
Yeah. So I thought we were going to have a different take here. I'm glad we're kind of on the same page. Like Denver, man, of course they didn't have a backup emergency quarterback. They didn't care. All wearing masks, all in the same room. They had video at you got to care a little bit. I get.
That's a reason why they're 4-7.
Yeah, right.
This is just what Drew Lock and this team is.
Yeah. So of course they didn't have one. You know what I mean?
But that's what we've been saying. As it's not hard.
Yeah.
This Kendall kid made $36,000. Okay, so that means you could have had somebody stashed and spent about that kind of money. This is the Denver Broncos. I know everybody's in the red this year.
Yeah.
No fans, pandemic. But come on. That's
their mindset. That was Denver's mindset. It's not going to happen to them. That's why they didn't have an emergency.
But that's what's so stupid.
Yeah, agree.
I mean, it happened to the Patriot. Mm-hmm. It happened to somebody in that quarterback's room's going to get it. And those teams didn't have the rest of the quarterbacks get it.
And also, I just thought of this. It's kind of like something that's going on in our country right now of trying to file all these lawsuits for something that didn't happen when Denver's like, so can our coach play quarterback? They're like, no. They get laughed at. They're like, absolutely you can't do that. What are you talking about?
I actually think that was at least a somewhat respectable idea. Now, I read into why the NFL will not allow that to happen is because they think teams will then hire coaches as emergency players. Now, I get that, but I think this just 100% goes back to why not have a guy that you can call? Even if it's somebody who's been retired for a year, just one phone call.
Who's been retired for a couple
and we'll get to you know who and take your fakie, because we had some people that are in some NRA card carrying states or who are even like, yo, why isn't your boy in for Denver, or at least a phone call?
Sure.
Honestly, I want this Hinton kid to get a shot in the league.
Yeah.
Just because of the how wild this was.
I don't.
Not as a quarterback.
Yes. Okay,
no,
good.
God, no. He was
I don't know if you watched that game.
Yeah, he was worse than Flacco.
Yeah, that was.
I want him to get a shot in the league just based on, dude, you earn your keeps. Yeah. You got the stones in this league. Come play special teams for me.
Planning to on one day.
Give me, and he was trying. Yeah. That's the thing. He was rolling out, slinging it. It's gonna probably be a pick, but you know what I would have done in that game? Sacked every time. I would have been, as soon as I saw Cameron Jordan, I go, oh God.
Yeah.
This guy.
Oh, he would have, been coward and
Yeah, I and I think that I have the highest sense of myself. I think if I played quarterback in the NFL, I'd throw 35 touches. Mm-hmm. I think I'm amazing at everything.
Yeah.
And I know that this kid did 10 times better than I could have. And I'm 6'3", 200 pounds.
Yeah.
He's 5'5".
I was going to say, you're much bigger than him.
Yeah, and it's just I watch that and I just go, man, this kid is incredible.
Yeah.
His LinkedIn page is that he's working on a career in sales.
Yeah.
That's his top job. Denver Broncos practice squad receiver was under that. That's why I just love him.
Yeah, sure.
He completed a 13-yard pass in an NFL game.
You love him.
I'm happy.
Well,
he made $36 grand.
He's Mark Wahlberg from that movie, The Eagles.
Yes, but he didn't even have to try out.
Right.
They called him.
Right.
He didn't even have to run through the city of Philadelphia.
I'm sure he didn't get on the practice squad based on what he was.
I don't know.
I will tell you the fun part of it is us. Our fantasy team, we pick up Taysom Hill because he qualifies at tight end for a week, so we play him at tight end while he's a quarterback. So I said, hey, I'm going to try this with this Hinton kid at wide receiver in my Yahoo league.